question between mental illness and demonization. Mental health problems are often corrected when the right clinical treatment is administered, combined with lifestyle changes, for instance, eating better, getting regular sleep, improving your frontal lobe activity, and so forth. And we don't have time for an extended discussion about this. And it is true that many people have simply a functional breakdown in the brain. Something's not firing right. There's a chemical imbalance. And they are not experiencing demonization. They may simply have a physical cause. It may well be that they have blown their mind with drugs and alcohol. Now their functional or cognitive abilities are seriously degraded, and it manifests itself as relational impairment, as cognitive impairment, and intellectual dysfunction. There are many physical reasons, not of Satan, that may explain why somebody has a problem with their mind and how they function. But someone who is gifted in deliverance ministry will be able to discern over time when something is purely physical or where something has a spiritual component. You notice in the Gospels, Jesus treats a boy who has epilepsy, but Jesus doesn't cure him of epilepsy, he casts out the demon. And so as Dr. Luke says this boy has epilepsy, Jesus says, no, this boy is demonized, and the cure is not a neurological fix in the brain, the cure is to cast out the demon from that boy's life. And so it is sometimes hard to differentiate between whether something is mental illness or whether something is demonization. And for that reason, we often use a questionnaire. We're trying to, like a surgeon, to probe, to figure out what is the cause of what is going on here. We're going to say more about questionnaires in a few moments. There are also quick and dirty tests you may perform. You may, for instance, open the Bible and ask somebody to read Matthew chapter 16, where Jesus says, "Who do men say that I am?" And Peter says, well, some say John the Baptist, others Elijah, still others Jeremiah, one of the prophets. And Jesus said to them, but who do you say that I am? And Simon Peter answered, you are the Messiah, the Son of the living God. Now, there is oftentimes the case where someone who is under demonic control, if you say to them, read Matthew 16 from verse 5 onwards, they can read it very well, verse 5, verse 6, verse 7, verse 8. But when they come to the confession that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of the living God, it's like their tongue just stops working.